Hey guys, thanks for coming by to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a good day so far. Today we're going to be doing the boss battle, and as you guys can see, it's defeated. And let me show you something. So I just played this boss 15 minutes ago, and then I realized, you know what? My audio isn't on. So that sucks. So I did the whole video without my audio being on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over the deck that I played with. I'm going to tell you my recommendations, and then we'll do the boss battle. We'll just talk about every turn, and then we'll get to the mystery crate, which I did not open. Luckily for me, I noticed that the audio was off right as I was about to open them. So we're going to go to collection. Hopefully my sound sounds good. Let me know if it sounds bad. Basically, Windows had an update. I had to update. I didn't know it would mess with the sound on OBS, which is the program I record on. And it did. It shut it off. It messed it all up. So let me know if it sounds bad, and I'll change whatever I need to change. But I tested it. I think it sounds good. So we are running Argeon against this boss. I kind of liked it. I really wanted to put in some damage, and I was tired of playing Magmar, so we're going to be running Argeon. Let me move myself out the way. So for the deck list, we're running a lot of spells early game, and then late game we're going to drop kind of bombs, and our win con is going to be Divine Bond. So I decided we're going to run Aegis Barrier because I knew he was running, I knew it was going to be an Abyssian and Songhai boss. And for you guys who didn't know, let me show you something. Here's the boss battle thing, and yeah, I was talking about it, and guess what? They didn't actually put in a picture of what the boss looks like or what the boss does, so I didn't know what we were going to go into. On here, it just mentions Backstab and Shadow Creep, so I knew he was going to be Songhai Abyssian when I made this deck, so keep that in mind. So I'm running Barrier because I didn't want to get hit by Punish or really any of his removal, plus it gives me draw, and I'm running Divine Bond, so it just works together. We're running Lasting Judgment because Lasting Judgment deals with Ooze. It deals with really every early backstab minion, you know, the Kaido Assassins, the Scroll Bandits, the Kataras, the Gorehorns, all of them. So we're running 3 of those. I'm running Prism Barrier because unlike playing real people, AI are pretty stupid, and anything you can give Force Field is going to be amazing. So I put it in this deck, and it came in clutch quite a few times, and you guys will see that. Running 3 Sunblooms to deal with all these backstabs and to deal with the Shadow Creep, and you guys will see that in game. Running 3 Blaze Hounds as our first minion because I needed a little bit of draw. Our draw is kind of weak in the deck. The only draw in the deck is Blaze Hound card draw and Barrier card draw. You don't have to run this, but I needed an early game minion that was strong, and Blaze Hound does it. Plus, it helps us with the card draw. Running 2 Divine Bonds as our win con. We are running 3 Silverguard Knights, 3 Deletas, 2 Holy Immos for AoE, 3 Shield Masters to slow down our opponent so he can't backstab us as much, unless he has like Mist Dragon Seal and Jux. 3 Thunderhorns. I figured if he's playing Shadow Creep, he's probably playing Ooze, and lucky for me, he did play Ooze. I did not play Thunderhorn the entire game, but I still think Thunderhorn would be good in this matchup. 3 Iron Cliffs for that Divine Bond hit. 3 Elix Stormblades. It allows you to get around like things that are in your way to hit the boss. So we're running 3 of them. Plus I have a cool skin for it. And then lastly 2 Peacekeepers. Like I said, it has that force field. It has everything, and you're not playing real people. You're playing AI, so it's very effective. The only thing I would say to add to this deck, if you really want to drop like the Shield Masters, you could put in Fun Steel Defenders. I think would be good in this deck. Like I said, force field's really strong, definitely against this boss, and you guys will see why when we hop into the game here. So that is the deck I decided to run. Let me move myself back to the corner over here. Let's go to our profile, our match history. I was getting my butt kicked in Gauntlet. Boss battle. I beat him in the first shot, so there's that. And let's hop in there here. Let's talk about this boss. So as you guys can see, my starting can, I got a 6 drop, 7 drop. I don't want either of those, so I'm going to drop those. And before we hop into it, let me pause it. Oops. Alright, now let's pause it. Let's talk about the field. So we have our Shadow Creep behind us, right? So it makes it so you can't move backwards unless you're taking damage, which kind of sucks. He has a Gorehorn on the field, same thing as always. And let's talk about him. He's a 330 with whenever an enemy minion is moved for any reason, summon a Kaido Assassin behind them. Really interesting. And then on top of that, he has whenever a friendly minion is moved for any reason, give it +1/+1. This card has like the ability of a like commander in Magic, because I play a lot of commander in Magic. If anyone does, you guys kind of understand. It kind of reminds me of Magic. I don't know why, but it does. So I had to play this game extremely smart to avoid the Kaido assassins and to avoid backstab as much as possible. And you guys will see. And our starting hand is very weak. So let's play. I decided to get rid of the Prison Barrier. Wasn't doing that for us. And really the only thing I could do is play the Sunbloom and to back up. That way I wasn't, you know, I wasn't going to have things get put behind me, any MDSs or Juxes. So I just backed up to the wall. I felt like that was the safest play. Let's just skip through here real quick. Oops. Boss is going to move, blah, 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 blah. He got +4, +4, or +1, +1. And then he summoned another Gorehorn. Back to my turn. So, at this point, I didn't need 2 Shield Masters, and I knew I had the Divine Bond in here, so I went to get the Duelyst on board, because I want to get that going as soon as possible and put in some damage. I played it in front of me, so he couldn't, like, I didn't want him to put it here, so I didn't want to put it here because I didn't want him to MDS here and backstab it. And I was really happy that he actually moved up because, like I said, I want to get Divine Bond off as soon as possible. We'll just skip through all this real quick. He summoned a Yuan and a Kaido. And it's back to me. I decided to drop the barrier here. I'm pretty sure I play the Shield Master. So the thing is, the Yuan's going to trade into me regardlessly. And then I didn't think about it. Here's the Kaido Assassin behind me. And I knew if I put Shield Master here, or here, I'm sorry. I knew if I put it here, the Yuan would trade here, and I didn't want that. I wanted this to trade here, and I wanted this to be stuck. And then I thought I could BBS, but I forgot. So what this is guaranteeing me my 0-10 wall, which I want, and hopefully I get a good spawn, which I do. I get a really good spawn. This keeps the Kaido stuck. He decides to go face, which I wasn't expecting, which is really nice for me. So at this point, I'm looking at my hand. I'm like, okay, so I have Divine Bond. I have Tombstone in hand. He drops another Yuan, which isn't a big deal. I know I can take care of the Kaido with the Shield Master. What I can actually do here is, this is where I start playing a little smart. I'm like, all right, well, if I move my Shield Master up, he can't summon another Kaido, which is what I do. I'm gonna move it up, and I'm gonna let it. You know what? I'm like, I know I can backstab myself, but so be it. I move the Tombstone up. We're definitely gonna DB it, because I definitely want to get that hit. That leaves us 3. I'm going to drop an Elix Stormblade here and see what I draw into. I think I do, at least. I'm going to BBS here. And Prison Barrier here. That's what I do. I remember now. And the reason I did this play is because I knew the Yuan was going to trade into me regardlessly. And this is why I liked Prison Barrier, because I was able to punch here, not get backstabbed, and then get value out of this Shield Master, killing that off, and being able to kill off the 5-4 Yuan. And I knew the Chaos Elemental was going to be up, but I didn't care, because if anything, it would have just died to the Tombstone, and it would have punched me. And I was really lucky the Shadow Lord actually decided to go face there, and take the 5 damage. I dropped him down to 14, which was really good for me. And I did have lethal. You guys are going to see this. I still have lethal, right? I'm able to BBS, Lasting Judgment, and hit General. I move my General here to avoid any backstabs on my Kaido, and then on the Kaido, to avoid the backstab Kaido on the Tombstone, and then I move the Tombstone up. But he summoned the Crawler, so I wasn't able to get lethal. Basically, you just want to hug your minions all game. You want to move your General first, and then move your minions. That way you don't summon any Kaido Assassins. And I had a few plays in mind, but there really wasn't anything that was amazing. I just decided to get rid of that. I wanted to play the Sunbloom here to kind of drop down the power level, and then barrier off my Tombstone. And the barrier draw here was amazing. We drew into the force field thing. Can't remember its name. Prism Barrier. We drew into a Prism Barrier, which was great. So this allowed me to go face for 8 still. And then I was like, screw it, I'll take the 4 damage with my General. So that's fine. We have an 8-4 force field on board. He can't hit it with any spells. And then he played Pado. But we got an amazing spawn. Still walking right into the boss. I was like, okay, so he can play something here. And if he did play something here, we were able to Stormblade get around it and punch him to face anyway. So we got lethal. I think we played the game pretty smart. Like I said, with this boss, you really want to hug your minion around the map, or minions. You want to make sure you always move a general first and then move the minion, so that way the minion's always in front of the general, but you're never going to summon a Kaido assassin. That was the game. I know it wasn't as amazing. I beat him in one try, lucky me. Let's go open this boss crate and see what goodies we have inside. But yeah, purchase. I was about to say, I think I have enough. Let's see what we get. All we really need is emotes. I really have everything else. And we get that out the common crate key. Actually, I don't have enough copies of these. I lied. With the new expansion now, I don't have all the legendaries anymore. We're going to open up our common crate. That was actually a really good legendary pull, because I haven't really messed around with that card much, and if I do end up playing Infiltrate Vaynar, it just less copies of those I need to make. Profile icon. Hey, emote baby. And last but not least, we do have we have 7 spirit orbs, because I don't ever open my spirit orbs. So we're just gonna open all 7 and start with the core set. This looks like a busted orb, all commons into rare. Let's move on to Shimzar. Come on, legendaries. I want legendaries because they dust for more. Like, granted, I have everything already, but they just dust for more. Like, epics aren't bad. I can still dust those for like 100 or something. Alright, another epic. These in the new Unearthed Prophecy, I kind of want legendaries, because like I said, I don't have them all. Like, I don't have 3 copies of them all. So, like, if I want to make a specific deck that involves one card that I need 3 copies of, it's nice if I don't have to craft them. Junk. Wow, I'm really not going to get any legendaries, huh? More junk. Come on. Hey! 2 epics and a legendary, baby. Okay. Unearthed Prophecy wasn't the last expansion. What am I talking about? It was Immortal Vanguard. I don't know why I was thinking that the whole time. I do have everything out on Unearthed Prophecy. But we're going to be able to dust it all. Let's see how much we come out to here. If I go to crafting, disenchant extras. I already have a 1,345 spirit. And we are getting 10,040. Or not 10,000, 1,040. Duh. I wish I had 10,000. Get rid of all these real quick. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's a little messed up compared to my normal ones, but I hope you guys liked it anyway. You know what? Leave a comment if you really liked it. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the deck I decided to build. And if you guys are new, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I put out new videos like all the time. So other than that, I'm your boy Clazo. Hope you guys keep on dueling, and I'll see you guys next time.